Oh my gosh, guys, happened again, but this time it was way worse. So I think it was at like 6:30 in the morning, and I heard hoof beats. I'm like, oh, a horse is running. Kind of sounded like a little bit of bucking going on, and then I heard the panels go like clang, you know, that horrible sound. So I like look out the tent, and Zara she's like over here, and she's just taken off, just running away. And I'm like, oh my gosh, last time she kind of like was trotting and then stopped. This time she was not. I don't know what her plan was, but she just took off down there. So I like put my shoes on because I was asleep. Put my shoes on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like she's leaving. And yeah, it's like still like really like this just happened like an hour ago, and I was like, oh, I should record right after, but I'm like, I don't even want to. Like, it was so scary and emotional. Like, obviously she's back in her pen. I moved her into the other pen, to the small one, because I'm like hoping that there's even less ways, like less strides that she could get if she's trying to like jump. She definitely was startled by something, but she just took off. I'm running down this path, like bam, like just running, because I'm like, I don't know where she went. She's just disappeared. And then all of a sudden I see her just like with her head up in the air, just trotting. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And she's looking up like she's gonna go up into the trees. So I run down this path, and like, you know, I'm trying to be like calm, you know, just out for like a normal jog. But I'm like, Zara, and like she sees me, looks over, and she just like, no, and just keeps going. So I end up going all the way over there, and I'm like trying all the things. I'm like, good girl, Zara, you're a good girl, no worries. Probably like just like trying to like relax and just like also calm her down, because her head's up in the air. She's like kind of shaking her head. Something startled her for sure in her pen. I don't think that she just like jumped it, because she's like, let's go graze. And that's the other thing, is she wasn't just grazing, whereas before, you know, she was startled by the guy on the horse, jumped out. I think that was like a total fear response, and then just started like, oh, okay, it's just a horse grazing. But I don't know, something else happened, and she was just like huffing and puffing and snorty. And I go up to her, you know, it's like 10 feet away, and I'm like, you're okay. Takes off the other direction, and I'm like, okay, well, at least this is that direction, and there's horses this direction, so hopefully that would like anchor her, because like this direction, this is just like forest. So I'm like, oh good, you're gonna be Wild Mustang again. So where was I? I'm like still feel exhausted from this, like emotionally. So I go up to her, get like 6 to 8 feet away, and she just was like, nope, takes off. And so then I was like, okay, I just need to like get in her sphere and just relax, like me relax, that will help her relax. And so I just like walking, and I'm picking up grass, and then I, you know, go to like feed it to her, and she takes it, and I'm like, okay, good, that's a good sign. And she's grazing like aggressively at this point. You know when they stress graze? Yeah, that was what she was doing. Anyway, so I'm like, don't think about it, girl. She's like, she's thinking about it, she says. You little tush. Yeah, look at her stressed. With her head up in the air. Okay, so where was I in my story? This scattered story. Oh yeah, so I fed her something, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna relax. Pet her, because I was on her right side petting her, and I get on her left side, hand her some grass, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put the halter on. So I go to put the halter on, and it gets like, you know, the crown piece over her neck, and she just like flings her head, is like, yeah, no, and then double barrel kicks me. Actually doesn't land it, but tries. It's like, oh, that has never happened before. And then she took off bucking. Then I kind of was like panicking, because I'm like, okay, she's never, ever done anything like that before. She's obviously really stressed. I was just panicking, because I'm like, if I make one wrong move, or somebody comes out of the woods, or something happens, like she's gonna just take off and be gone. And then, yeah, I'm gonna be, yeah, just, it's gonna be bad. Obviously that didn't happen. But the second time, I just took it way slower. I was petting her and feeding her grass and talking to her, and then I did the countdown with a positive reinforcement countdown when I was haltering her, and that seemed to help her just like stay still. And then I got her, and then it actually took a while to get her back. She did not want to lead. She didn't want to come with me. She wanted to just like go into the forest. So needless to say, I'm feeling well, I'm feeling exhausted, just like emotionally and mentally, and like she can't get out again is how I'm feeling, because I don't know like what is gonna, I don't know. I hope, yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm like so stressed. It was just horrible just thinking like, oh, what do? I don't have another horse to like ride her, like ride down, like to get her. I don't have like anything. It's really sad and really stressed and really scared and like all the things. So, but she's here and I feel like I'm learning lots of lessons from this. And so I think I'm going to go over to them and ask them if I can keep her with their horses tonight. I might even move our tent over there. I could ask them and just say, hey, my horse is having a hard time being by herself. She's jumped out of her pen twice. Can I? Zena. I'm like, everything is startling. I'm definitely trigger stacked right now. I feel like I'm learning a lot of lessons, and I think like probably having a second horse here would be really helpful for like the nighttime stuff, especially a horse that's like not very scared of things. Having another horse who will anchor her would be really helpful. But here we are. So our next place that we're staying has a pasture, which actually makes me kind of nervous too. Like usually pasture fences are like 3 feet, 3.5 feet, 4 feet. So I'm just hoping that, that nothing happens there. That would scare her, but so freaking scary. I was talking with a friend about this. Actually, her name's Holly. She has the cutest little baby Arabian. And we were talking about how we're just like terrified taking horses camping or hiking or whatever because of all the stories of people that have lost their horses on a trip. And I mean, at the time when we were talking about it, it was literally like 3 different horses that were lost in different parks. If like Xena got lost in a forest and she saw a person, I feel like she would just like run up to the person. She's not afraid of people and she likes people. So, but when you're dealing with like a horse, it's like not just any person can really like walk up and catch them. And then you deal with like a Mustang or a Mustang that is, not fully ready, like domesticated, I guess. Zara is with me, but obviously not with other people. I just like wouldn't trust it, her to be like totally chill if somebody else tried to like catch her. So I actually think that would not go well. But we were just talking about how terrifying that is. We were saying we wanted to get GPSs on our horses and so that we could track them if something happened. I found one that's for a dog and I bought it and I was going to put it on her halter and like just sew it in, but it didn't come in time before we left for the trip. So next time, sorry, you're going to be wearing that. Next time I'm bringing another horse and that's like more chill, like Zinni or something. Actually, I don't know if Zinni would be more chill. I don't think she would try to jump. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. Maybe I need to bring a friend that has a horse. Okay. I need to go make coffee because this has been a morning.